Good morning, this is the Alchemist. Okay, so we're going to go into healing number 14 and we're going to talk about emotional impressions, which there are quite a lot after coming through childhood trauma. There are a lot of, issues that can come up. And, we're not talking about deflection because, that is just, something that is deflected onto somebody, but we're talking about emotional impressions that are actually semi-permanent or permanent. And for those that have come out of childhood trauma, one of the things, that happens is that you'll get as far as you can, which you believe, as most of the healing that you can do. Or to a reasonable point, and then you'll have children, and then an aspect of that trauma will appear, which kind of blindsided me. So that's why I'm talking about it today. And one of them things was because of obviously the experiences that I experienced as a child. You become really overprotective of your children. And it's really, really important to understand and differentiate between fear and protection. And, it's a really, really hard thing to navigate because, coming from, the childhood that you've come from, it's really, really easy, very easy to wrap your child up in cotton wool. And to be honest, I do believe that stringent boundaries need to be put in place always. And I would not change the boundaries that I had in place for my child. I just wish that I'd had a slight different attitude and a different approach to it. Been a bit more subtle and, knew what, my understanding was of it, and tried to not put an impression on my child over it, because I do remember him, coming to me when he was like a teenager, telling me, walked straight in the door and told me nobody's done anything to him and he's safe, and that kind of knocked me over like a ton of bricks, because I was like, wow, I've really made an impression on my child to the point that he, just said it. Because it was something that I used to say, was everything okay? And then I'd question him and, try and find out, was he safe? And, what you do, just the normal stuff that you do, just to make sure that wherever your child was in that environment, even if it's the school environment, that you question them to a degree to make sure that they had a safe trip. And I think that's part of being a responsible parent, But, as I said, it can go beyond protection. And you have to be very careful not to instill fear into your child from your fear. So it is quite a precarious field to navigate when you become a new parent. But, I managed to get through it. So you'll manage to get through it. But I just think it's really, really important to mention it, because I don't think a lot of people think about them things, and also part of that is also physical touch. That can be an issue with people that come from childhood. Like in a normal setting, just physical touch can be an overwhelming and can cause quite outlandish reactions to, in brackets, the norm people who haven't gone through trauma. So they probably wouldn't understand why someone would react so, you know, maybe upset or aggressive or violent through just being physically touched in a normal setting. So that is that's something to watch out for with your children, because it's really important that you are a loving, tactile parent. And for those that have been through trauma, it can be really, really hard to have a tactile relationship with your children because of the trauma. You know, so that is something to work on, that you don't really probably understand that will come up, but it will come up. And it's really important to understand that your child deserves to have, you know, a fun, loving, tactile parent. They deserve that. So they deserve for you to do the healing that you need to do before you become a parent, of course, or during you being a parent, you know, as long as you're, you know, doing the work, because, you know, every child deserves. And, you know, part of coming from that trauma, you'll find that a lot of your thoughts and feelings are at a low frequency. And that is what I talk about in my previous healing videos, of changing your frequency and how you can change your frequency, because that was something that I found really, really hard to do, because I was just on a half empty kind of perspective, and I just saw doom and gloom. I just came from such a low frequency environment that I couldn't seem to have an upbeat perspective or attitude towards things. And this is how, you know, the videos that I've done before is worth going over, because they will help you see how you can change that gloomy perspective and that low frequency into a happier, higher frequency. And it's a tool that I had learnt to do it because I found it so hard to do it myself. I didn't know. I just didn't know how to change that. So it really makes a difference to your life. Just doing that makes a difference. So it is worth going through my earlier videos just to check. Anyway, have a good day. Take in the what I've posted today. Big love to my subs. I have kind of come up with a few diversions the last couple of weeks. As you can see, I haven't really posted anything, but don't worry, I'm on the case. Yeah, please try to deal with my inconsistencies at the moment, because I'm juggling quite a lot in my personal life. But, you know, it's only for another month and a half, and then, you know, I'll be back to normal again. But I will make the effort to because I value all, you know, the subs that I have joined my channel. Yeah. So, yeah, have a great day. Bye.